Hello, DIY Dad here again. Right, we're going to do a little video about how to light your wood burner. I've done videos about how to chop your wood, what to do with it, how to season it. Now, I'm going to show you once your wood's seasoned. I've got some here. We'll light a fire. Now, what I tend to use, I've started using this recently, is the top-down method. There's also the bottom-up method. Yeah, opposites. The top-down is where you put the big logs in the bottom. Then you put your little firelighters, which is, I use these. These are compressed, like a compressed wood. You know, they don't have any chemicals or stuff in them. They're quite, not a bit more natural. Don't have petrol or stuff in them like standard firelighters. But it's up to you what you use. You put a couple of those on top of the big logs. Then you put your kindling on top of that. Then as the kindling catches fire, everything drops onto the top of the big log and actually ignites those. And I find that works much better. The bottom-up technique is basically you put the firelighters on the bottom, then you put the kindling on top of that, and then you put the big logs on top of that, and the fire burns into the bigger logs. But I tend to find that sometimes you actually squash the little pile underneath and it actually goes out. So I've actually more recently I've been using the top down, and it works really well. I think it works. It's got a better success rate actually. So that's great. Now this is my second stove. The first one is in the kitchen over there. Now if you watch some of the other videos, you'll have seen that. That's all wood burners working exactly the same way. You've got two ways of regulating the air. You'll have a bottom one, which is, when I start it, I pull this out. It gives you extra air. And then this one, you just turn the wheel to increase or decrease the amount of air that goes into it. That's after it started. So we'll start this wood burner, nice and easy. I do this. I've done this hundreds of thousands of times, and it always works. All about having dry kindling. So open your wood burner. Make sure both air vents are open. Put your big logs in. 1, 2 big logs in. Get your firelighters, chuck them on top of the big logs. Done. What I tend to do is then I light the firelighters. They're alight. Then I'll start stacking the kindling over the top of them, like so. And I tend to do it in just a grid pattern, so put 3 across, and then put 3 across the opposite way. So you're making like a grid pattern. There we go. I'll bring it in here just so you can see. There we go. So that's it. Your fire is now basically lit. So shut your door, like so. And then you just leave it. That's all you do. You leave it. Leave it for 5-10 minutes. Let the kindling catch. That'll drop into the bottom. That'll set your big logs alight. And then once it's all roaring away quite happily, all you need to do is close your bottom vent. And then 5 minutes afterwards, reduce the airflow on your main dial, just so you can trust, so it's not running away and burning all of your wood in a day. That's it. That is the easiest way to start your wood burner. Nice and simple. But it's important you need nice dry logs, nice dry kindling, and some decent firelighters. You can make your own firelighters by squishing up, rolls of newspaper, things like that. But it's quite often paper's not brilliant for starting fires because it turns into like an ash and covers everything, and it can put fires out if you've got too much paper on it. Doesn't like to burn. So, but that is the easiest way to start a wood burner. I do that sometimes 2-3 times a day in this house. You'll get it by practice. You'll know what to do. Okay, let's leave that there. Happy fire lighting, and we'll speak again.